The 2017 Telstra Queensland Micro Business Award winner is Mountain Business Bikes.
So I got up this morning and I wandered over to my computer and I started thinking about what I was going to say if I ended up here on the stage. And I'm sure many of you can relate to what happened next, which is I stared at a blank page for a little while, made myself a coffee, nothing happened, and eventually I decided to go for a bike ride instead. So there's this mountain bike track that lately I've been struggling with. It's really not that hard, but towards the end, there's this nasty little right-hand turn. You come down the hill, you sort of go through this chute, over a little drop-off, and into this off-camber right-hand turn. And I'd really just convinced myself that I couldn't do it. So this morning, I'm riding away, and in my head, I'm still tossing around ideas for what I'm going to say tonight. And then I realise I'm at the turn. I'm not just at the turn, I'm actually pinned down the hill, and I'm approaching the turn really, really fast. So I'm sort of at the point where I had two options in that split second. One was to slam on the brakes, which probably would have seen me go over the bars and end up not having to give a speech tonight because I would have been at home with a concussion. And the second one was just to keep riding. To commit, drop the brakes, and ride through it. A couple of seconds later, I've ridden it out. I pull up and I laugh, that semi-hysterical laugh that you get if you're someone who feels like you've just cheated death. And not only that, I realised I'd struck on the perfect analogy for how we have built and continue to grow our business Mountain Bikes Direct. We drop the brakes, we give it our best shot, and we ride it out. It hasn't always felt like we're in total control. Sometimes things get a little sideways. Like any good rider, we're treading that very fine line between being completely reckless and being courageous and committed. Whenever we embark on something, we commit. Most of the time, we ride it out and we're smiling when we get through the other side. We are genuinely committed to our vision. We're committed to our customers and to the promises that we make to them with each and every order. We're committed to each other and to our team. I am so grateful to my co-founders, to my husband, Michael, to Tim and Milen, who couldn't be here because they're living on the other side of the world with Mel's family in Canada. For us, being in e-commerce is not just about the business itself, it's about the freedom to spend time with our families, our parents and our siblings who have all been incredibly committed to us and who mean the world to us. It's about spending time with our young children to whom we are all totally committed. Thank you, Telstra, for consistently believing in, supporting and committing to Australian businesses, especially the micro businesses, the businesses that often require huge amounts of courage to drop the brakes, to hit the trail, and to launch into reality. Business is one hell of a ride, and in many ways, it is scarier than any gnarly mountain bike track you'll ever ride. But it's also incredibly rewarding, and I am so stoked to be standing up here accepting this award on behalf of Mountain Bikes Direct. Thank you.